gotta hit the Instagram live. So
okay, I'll see you on Instagram.
All right.
See you, Dr. Nelson. Bye, Aliyah.
Bye. Oh, we're live. We're saying goodbye. We weren't saying goodbye to the live stream. We're saying goodbye to Brother Ray.
Brother Ray. Well, it's all he's hitting us up on Instagram. Another beautiful day in paradise, and we're talking about. Well, Mary, what are we talking about today?
Well, I thought I would. One of the important topics I thought I'd bring up is our course, because I loved it so much, and I think it's a great opportunity to share with others, how awesome the course is. Promoting the course, I love what you did recently about talking about the 1,000 coaches. I'm like, oh, he's on fire here. I love it.
We're going to make them.
And we want to exponentially. We're taking students to teachers, and that's whole intention with all of this around the globe. And my brother Ray, we were just talking to Brother Ray live, and I was sitting outside in my hot tub, cold pool, watching the sun hasn't quite come up yet, but the stars and things. And we were talking about the brain and all of this, and truth, and we're talking about sipping wine, and oh, I know, we were talking about searching the internet for information on supplements. And he said, don't look at the internet. And I said, where the hell else would I look? Because who is the internet? It's all of us.
Right.
Right? And ultimately, the internet gave us a new world, a new freedom to share ideas, to connect. Is everything your father told you true, Dr. Nelson?
You're on mute, Dr. Nelson.
There we go. My mic was muted. No.
Is everything Nellie tells you true?
Yes.
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 Say yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. And so ultimately, the course's intention is to give us all the power of knowledge to learn, but we're always constantly learning and changing, but to share with our brothers and sisters that they become the coaches of the future.
Great leadership there.
Yeah. And Dr. Nelson and Aliyah are helping spearhead this with our infinite students to teachers. And that's the whole intention, that we infinitely grow that, and we give everyone the power of their lives.
It's great.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Dr. Nelson, do you want to start today? What are we? We're in October 3rd. It is Friday. I'm flying up to Trenton and then Syracuse today. And what do we got happening today? How do you want to start today?
I want to ask this question.
Is that stuff related to Julio?
It's related to Pilar and Julio and connecting and traveling the world to share our concepts and ideas that are lion leadership like as carnivores, but doesn't mean you have to eat only meat, by the way.
It doesn't. Oh, and you're eating fish.
Alia, the reason Noslo is asking is because I think he was the one who I gave away one of the Dr. Nelson hats, the black one.
Oh, he emailed me. And by the way, it's no slow.
No. Is it
Not
is that
slow. It's no slow. I like not
Not
slow, no
slow,
slow.
no slow.
No slow.
I love it. I love it. I love it. We're all going to shave our heads. And I'm doing a 5-day fast. Might push it to 7. I might drink coffee. I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
Oh, during your fast?
Yeah, we'll see. Do salt and
no
water.
Monday?
Well, I start Sunday night technically, meaning my last meal is Sunday night,
Sunday.
Sunday evening. But I'm going to do it for 5. Might throw it up to 7. Maybe I'll do 22.
Juliet really needs to answer this question. How does Dr. Kills really feel about the book Pottinger's Cats?
Mary, do you want to answer that one?
Yes. You love that book and you highly promote it. And in fact, it's on my to purchase list.
Well, I was talking, who was I talking to last night? Was it Lisa Picard or was it Jenny Mittich about and Scott Everson, we were talking yesterday about kilts should go off cream and butter and cheese. And and iced cream.
And did you just get your order of Miller's Biofarms just if they're selling that to you?
So I'm gonna ask you though, why? Why is the purpose of going off those?
Well, we've been talking about Kilt's CAC score and CT angiogram and high familial hypercholesterolemia and a family history of heart stopping, cardiovascular disease, and
so any of those interventions, would they improve your chances of being around longer?
Don't know that answer, and we're exploring. But I did say I don't care if I live 5 years less. I'm doing Kiltz's ice cream, and we make certain, like I fly planes, I drive cars, and I live with another human being. Those are dangerous things to do, and I'm not sure we figured out what will help us live longer. But I'm looking at raw, and Alia nicely helped me get delivered yesterday in Skinny Atlas some Miller's Biofarm raw milk, cheese, butter. I don't know what else was ordered. So I'm looking at this because it's all based on Pottinger's work that the cats and their product, their
so you what you mean is going off those processed to the raw version.
Correct. Right.
Okay.
I mean, I do rare to raw meat with salt, my primary food. I'm even doing that with fish now, by the way, salmon. And I'm looking at the raw products, which interesting enough, contain nature's microbes in the right natural way. And so I'm working on it. And Mary, talk, maybe say something a little bit more about Pottinger's Cats, and why maybe it's important.
Oh wow! I've got to say that since I have not read the book yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Yes, it's on my purchase list. So I do have your other books so far. Anyway, but I do think that it is worth the read. And one of the things that I like about what you've spoken about the book, which is all I can speak to, is it seems to promote the attitude that you have that I now know and love so much, is the attitude of looking at things differently, like just thinking out of the box, way out of the box, though, like just a new way of thinking and questioning everything. And so I love that. Like, it's like, well, why do we believe that? What is it that made us brought us to that conclusion and so on. And I think that's what I love about the nature of that book. It just continues to get us to question things and to recognize that it's not always helpful to take things at face value.
And even the concept of being a strict carnivore is it may or may not be the absolute, and we're on a journey of exploration. Hopefully it's exploration for new and different ideas and not exploitation. And if you haven't gone to OTR Food and History on YouTube, I'm gonna OTR Food and History. The guy's amazing, but he's got the history of sugar is really a great one. History of sugar, history of salt, and the history of bread are two really good OTR. Oscar. Oh my God. OTR Food and History. And it's a really great YouTube channel. I love his stuff. It's really great. That we're learning together. And, I mean, Dr. Nelson, do we know the absolute formula to live a long time?
We don't.
Don't.
But we
So,
have a
Mary-
formula to live a quality time, a good quality time, and a good time.
Well, and we're doing it through community and conversation. And I know, I don't know the right answer, but we're communicating and sharing the ideas. Mary, what got you into this carnivore world and into the coaching world? Maybe you could share that a little bit with those listening around the world today and in the next 1,000 years.
Okay.
Along with that, tell us about your personal carnivore story.
Okay. Well, it does tie in together. So I'd be happy to talk about that. So basically, I was always on a health journey. I loved being healthy and having energy and, just feeling vibrant and energetic. And that said, then at times in my life, I would gain weight. And it made me, and at the same time, I was feeling very exhausted and so on. I would have said in the past, it made me, being heavier, made me feel exhausted. But what I've learned since is that it's cyclical, right? So it could have been that I got there because of the way I felt. But at any rate, I'd always fight any move towards obesity and try everything I could to get out of that. And one of them, of course, I'm older, so in my generation, it was definitely giving up fat, being, you're fat because of the fat you eat. And I believed that lie and would give up fat all the time. I mean, I used to think of any fat on a steak as gross. That was trouble. It could, kill me tomorrow, Anyway, and then I found there was the keto diet, and it helped me. I was looking into it, so it would help me lose weight. And because I'm a teacher, I'm always a researcher. I just love researching things. If I'm going to do it, I'm always questioning, like, why is this working? So the keto diet was working for me. I questioned why it was working and how it was working so I could better understand it. In my research, I discovered that the keto diet was also known for helping all kinds of people with all kinds of immune issues, autoimmune issues, and cancer, and so on. And around that same time, my sister, my identical twin, she was previously diagnosed with cancer, brain cancer, and it metastasized. And the doctors at this point, after a lot of work with her, they have said, you know what, this is the best we could do. The only thing we have left is this trial med, and anyway, they didn't have much hope in it. So they were pretty much giving up on her. And then And it was all through her body. I mean, it had metastasized in like over 11 spots in her body, according to the PET scans and some biopsies and so on. Anyway, she had lots of surgeries to get the cancer out of different areas, but just kept spreading. And I said, okay, look, you're at this point where you are, the doctors are saying there's not much more they can do. Would you like to do this trial to see if the ketogenic diet would work to help you overcome your cancer? And so sure enough, I knew she's a fighter. She doesn't give up easily. And so, of course, she said, I would love to do that. And so I told her I would help her. So in doing that, I, of course, dug in even deeper. And I might not have would have put aside money to invest so much into learning about the keto diet. I would have just learned from free resources, which is fine, but I wouldn't have probably paid for those resources had it not been like this serious effort to help her. And I'm so glad I did. So I ended up getting into Dr. Boz's program, her 21-day metabolic kick. And I read her books, which, she has the ketogenic keto continuum. And then Any Way You Can is how she helped her mom fight cancer and overcome, by the way. And then I started, in order to help my sister, as I started learning more and more, and her and I did the work together. But when I researched it, in order to get it to fight something as deep as cancer or as a therapeutic, healing in your body, you really needed to be serious about it. So we went with a carnivore. It was just the natural next step was carnivore. And that's what brought me to, and then I learned a lot. I was watching you, Dr. Kiltz, among other influencers on there, and learning from everyone. And it was just great. So I loved it. I felt better. She felt better. Her cancer is actually improving. But in order to do that, what you learn is that this community is really important. And it was really hard for her to stick on this to the therapeutic level of this diet when she was battling a lot of pain and a lot of, suffering and she didn't have a lot of control over what she didn't have a lot of energy to get up out of bed to create all the meals that she wanted and so on. So anyway, with that, we had to simplify and give her a lot of support. So I created and invited people into a coaching course, and I facilitated it, and it was great. And it kind of stemmed from the group that I met from Dr. Boz's 21-day kick. And we ended up inviting lots of people in. And that community really changed everything for me and my sister and the people in the group. And I thought, I am learning a lot about the necessity of eating healthy. It is our medicine. And in that, moving our body as well and mind over matter. And so that's when I joined your coaching course, which you were so kind to me to invite me in when I was like at that meat stock 25 going, I really wanted to get into coaching, like more seriously. Although I can say that even without me getting into this coaching course, just from digging into research and praying over it and coming together as a community, many people in our group, in my coaching group, did improve. They overcame many things, and they were titrating off of their type 2 diabetes meds. I mean, there was a lot of goodness going on. Anyway, the coaching course you told me about, and I joined, and I actually bought the books, although the digital copies are given within the course, but I purchased this book and I just devoured it. In fact, I bought the book because I wanted to devour it even further and have it as a resource. And then this one, the babies for babies. If anyone, even if you're not going to get into the coaching courses, these are great books. I figure they're going to be excellent for resources in my future coaching. And then, of course, I want to say this one too, the ketogenic, and there's a lot of great beefy information in there that I loved it. So anyway, it really helped me. It helped me tremendously in my healing and my personal journey. So I'm not sure what I missed anywhere in there, but
My good friend Jim Slotnick wrote a book called My Short Life. He wrote it between the ages of 25 and 28. He was diagnosed with glioblastoma at age 25 and finished the book and died the next day at age 28. He was in medical school when he was diagnosed. Remember, everything happens for a reason. It's God's journey for all of us. We're born and die when it's meant to happen. We have to see the beauty and the creation of all of it. But between him, my sister Marianne, my good friend Dave Kilmer, Craig Humphrey, and you know, so many stories that we're hearing every day is we're on a quest to identify the reasons why some of us may get sick and die, or get sick and live a long life with some of these diseases. And because it is a mystery why identical twins, one gets it and one doesn't. It's pure mystery. And but we're on a quest of conversation and discussion and ways that we can find healing through keto, carnivore, faith, fasting, and much more. Would you say? And interesting. So in junior college, Los Angeles City College, Mrs. Mazziota, she made me a teacher, instructor. I began to teach math, and you know, I got some extra cash because I was always looking for a little extra something to keep the journey going in order to fuel the fire of my education, but it was realizing that and I learned more when I became a teacher.
Yes, so true.
Yeah. And we may not know everything, but we're on the journey to learn and practice all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your sister's name?
Marilyn, and she should be on today. She joined. I had many of my group members have joined the Kilt's Mighty Tribe, and some of them should be on today, this morning. But either way, I know one of my dear friends in that group has joined your coaching course for this October. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. And my sister has actually reduced her cancer, has decreased since being on the carnivore diet. And it's just great. And she claims that anything that she gave up, although she doesn't miss like sugar sweets and stuff, but anything she would have given up for the diet, like if someone was, say, giving something up in your eating lifestyle, she says was way worth it, because even if it didn't start decreasing her cancer, the quality of her life has changed tremendously. She's able to, there's so many more healing effects that have taken place in her, although her cancer has improved, but her quality of life has changed tremendously.
Where do you think mindset comes into all of this, and how we structure our thinking? And do you use any particular methods or know of anything that probably is the most powerful thing for all of us?
For me, it's been prayer. Prayer and reading the Bible. That's what I do. That's my grounding. And my faith in God has been tremendous. You know, I grew up in a very challenging family or life situation. And so it was very dysfunctional and, you know, a lot of stuff going on that never should have. And with that, I grew up very codependent. And I had to learn a long time ago when I was just in my marriage before I knew anything about carnivore or any of this. Through a Bible study, I ended up falling into a Bible study that was life-changing about mindset change. And it took me from victim to, you know, overcomer.
Victim to victor.
Yes.
And I always ask the question, who creates everything?
God.
Okay, so he created your family and your life because he loves you and he wanted you to see the truth of life. It's everything.
Oh, I agree. And what happened to me in the past actually is empowering. You know, my past is not something I regret. It moved me and it made me who I am today. And so I am not regretful. And it has changed. It's all in the way you look at it. And then to join your course and then read your books about mind changing, I'm like, I was devouring that book.
Well. So I kind of became disillusioned with religion and churches as an adolescent. And plus, I was in a gang, kicked out of school, couldn't read, father in jail. Anyway, and through time and science, believed that the answer was it's science. And then I got pain and suffering and disillusion, more depression. And I think that's called the training grounds of life. And eventually I'm like, the dude said, are you ready yet? Like, do you not understand yet? And so I found the power of faith in God. And whether it's Jesus, Moses, Muhammad, Abraham, David, I mean, they're infinite brothers and sisters that have helped us understand the power of the word in the way. And it's like, okay, which is more important, spirit or science, faith or facts?
I don't think you need to separate them. I think they're one and the same.
I think they're one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to us using the ideas, that it's thought that is the great creator of everything. And so there is a thought method in order to take us to a new level. And so when we look at the black and white of faith and science, I would put my faith first to recognize it's the ability to see something that isn't seen. And that's where faith comes in. But it is scientific because it's the power of a thought to create everything in your life. Wonder or worry. Wonder is the dream of what you want and seeing it as if you already have it and it'll be that or better, which is far more powerful than, oh my God, you're eating salad?
Yeah, that's true.
Nature's toilet paper, I call it. Dr. Nelson, do we have any questions or further comments that might touch our toes into the world of reality?
I'm here listening, learning, and absorbing all this information. No, I think the mindset is definitely right up there in importance, if not the most important thing. And we can do all these changes in diet and behavior and lifestyle. But the mindset, faith are very important.
I like this. What your mind can conceive, it can achieve. Mr. Cast Iron.
And ultimately, if we focus on the worries of the world, we always see the worries of the world. But evil is just going down the wrong road of thinking. And that's all it is. And so when we change our mindset, we change the master direction that we all live. And our job is to make ourselves the very best food and fertilizer for the future.
Love it.
We don't have any questions. Let's see. We got
What's
a
your
comment from
favorite? You have
Amy.
a favorite book, Mary?
My favorite book?
Yeah. Do you have a favorite book? And if you do, what would you list?
Well, I would say initially my favorite book is the Bible, but other than that,
Okay.
because that's kind of, goes with everything. But I honestly love this book, but I'm not just saying that because, I think, every time I read a book, it's like my new favorite kind of thing.
Who wrote that?
It's a resource all the time, and I share
Who's
it
that?
with others.
Who's that on the cover there?
Who is that?
That's
Dr.
Kelsey.
Giltz.
Kiltsy.
Guilty.
Yeah, there you go. And but I have a few more books. Another book that I'm getting prepared to read is this one. This is the
Great.
Power of Your Thyroid and Adrenals. I want to learn all about that. And anyway, I've got a lot to go, a lot to learn.
Robin Heron, carnivorous grandma, another rock star in the carnivore world. How long have you been coaching, Mary?
For about 2 years. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's been such a pleasure. And what I learned prior to coaching, I must say, prior to coaching, because of my teaching progression, was how important leadership is and what leadership really looks like. And I think your team is a good example of leadership, which is why I just fall in love with it. Anyway, but with leadership, it's really not about like trying to, in order for me to be the leader, I have to step up on top of everybody and squash everyone down to make myself a better leader. In fact, a better leader will say we all rise together.
Mhm.
And so in this coaching program, I purposely nurtured it to be where everybody in the group becomes experts in one area or another and becomes, a part of the coaching team. So we are all, if you were in my coaching group, you would see that it's not like, okay, you all be quiet while I pour in some information to you that you need to learn. And instead it's like, let's have a great conversation where we can all, really debate things and converse about things in a way that's respectful, but yet willing to hear new information, other sides. And we all I think we're all growing together in that group. I just love it.
Community college.
Yes.
The best thing I did to go to 4 years of Los Angeles City College. It cost me $1 every semester.
Wow.
Oh yeah. And then I went to University of Southern California for 2 years. I had a grant scholarship for the first year, and then I got into medical school after not getting in the first year in New York. And the day before I started school, I got accepted to UC Davis, which was a quarter of the price, and it was in California. So I got in my '66 Bug and drove 3 days straight. I stopped at every McDonald's on the route. And it was just like everything else. It was the greatest time in life.
I learned something new every day. And today I learned you had a 66 Bug
I love that.
in the 1980s. You grew up in the 60s, basically. So you're definitely a hippie.
Oh yeah. And I was a grease monkey. I can drop the engine, rebuild it on the side of the road with like my little toolbox. And in medical school, and then in residency, I had to rebuild my cars like every 6 months, like put a head gasket, redo the brakes, et cetera, et cetera. And I always had grease. And so I was a surgeon. So I was like, every day I'd like massively try to get the grease off. It was, and you know, I was pottery, building, construction, woodwork, but the best classes were in junior high school: electric shop, wood shop, metal shop. It was mechanics, automobile shop, print shop. And then in junior college, it was calligraphy. It was painting. It was also in junior high school, it was draftsman class. I don't know if you know. Again, I was destined. The counselor said, get a trade. And then I broke a leg in junior high school, and I met a hippie doctor. So hippie again, and I'm like, I want to do that, but I couldn't read. I was in trouble.
How did you get through medical school without being able to read?
A prayer. What's the phrase?
I guess it's that definitely it's
Hope and a
hard.
Hope and a prayer. Hope and a prayer. Go ahead, doctor.
No, I was trying to answer Ali's question because I don't have, well, when I'm very, 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 very tired and sleep deprived, I do have a little bit of dyslexia, and even speaking, I may switch words. But about reading, the speed of reading, I'm a slow reader. So in medical school, I studied my notes, and I usually read the information on the book once. I usually didn't have time. So fortunately, I could read things one time, and most of the information stick. So I imagine it was also a difficult thing studying in medical school, because nowadays I would use a few of the tools that we have at hand to study.
Right.
I use a little app to read for me, and I follow the reading, but I can increase the speed of the talk of who's reading the book. So that allows me to read faster.
Mm-hmm.
Song and a prayer. Sing a little song for me.
Do you carry your guitar in the bug, by the way?
Right? Oh my God, it's been such a long time for the guitar.
Well, so Bruce Springsteen is my mother's cousin's son.
Your second cousin, okay.
Yeah. And I couldn't sing. I took guitar and singing lessons about 20 years ago. My daughter said, "Dad, you can't sing." And about 6 months later, she said, "Wow, Dad, you're pretty good." And because all of us have the same DNA, and the talent is built into all of us, but we just haven't done the work yet. And until you're fertilizer, you're capable of everything and anything. And Butter Beef Babe on Instagram asks or comments, but if you don't nourish your body with healthy animal fats and meat, your mind cannot work properly or not. So isn't it first a healthy body, then a healthy mind? What do you think, Mary?
Healthy mind brings the healthy body.
Yes. And again, I don't care what you eat. It is the mindset that's the master set first. But I do agree that when I went from a Mediterranean to a carnivorian, my brain and body like suddenly got even better. And it was like, wow, okay. But maybe there was a different way to adjust it, and I would have been fine too. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, there has to be some level of mindset before you change your habit of, even if you're just going to try this new food or a new way of approach to eating, you have some little inkling of your mindset to try it. And then of course, eating it, making that next step and eating that way clears your brain out so you can go to the next level of that. So it works cyclical together. It's definitely, one synergizes the other, and it's a beautiful thing. So
There's no separation. I mean, it all comes together. But I do believe the mindset, as the master said, dream it, do it, done it. And the idea in life is we usually think about what will never happen, what can't happen, that
Right.
money, I never make any money, or I'm not very smart, or I can't do this or that. When I comment about my inability to not read, or dyslexia, it's a little bit of a play on concepts and word ideas. I'm a voracious reader. I understand and memorize as I quickly, but I love Audible. And I believe we gain more knowledge and information when we watch and listen rather than a book. I mean, glasses are not our heritage for the first 3.5 million years anyway. So our need to do this little reading probably caused a lot of our eye issues anyway, along with our deadly diet.
Yeah, you're involving more senses every time when you're doing the audio, and it definitely will help the brain trigger some more memory and neurons. So that's good stuff.
And when I use the word, like I had ADHD, OCD, I couldn't sit still, but those are natural human traits that were probably about, hunting and gathering and foraging for survival. Right?
I do have a question that one of my group members have posed to me prior to me coming on today, and she's struggling with I forgot what it's called when you get a rash from the chickenpox vaccine. What's that called?
It's called scurvy. No, sorry,
No.
scabies. Why am I?
No.
It's shingles.
Shingles. She's suffering with shingles, and we were talking. She's already carnivore and was definitely doing carnivore, and then she did say that she, for whatever reason, decided to have some corn from Corn on the Cob. At this one point, she tried some corn, and it ended up like within a few days she had shingles, and it's really out of control. She's using a lot of tinctures and oils and stuff to help it out, to try to do it naturally, because the doctors gave her all this medication, and she's trying to avoid all that. Any suggestions on how to treat that in a more natural way?
Tallow.
That's right. Tallow is not something.
Tallow, for sure. Look, I don't care if you're a purist carnivore. The universe has microbes and particles that we cannot completely fend against. But I would say tallow for one, fasting, raw fat, uncooked, unrendered, right? But fasting and all natural, salt water.
Okay,
Cold
thanks.
plunge, but salt water cold plunge.
Okay.
It's calming, cooling, and
If
tallow.
if I don't know if anyone here has had shingles. If you have had shingles and you're carnivore, please tell us how quickly or not quickly healed. I like to hear and know, because I have the suspicion that you probably heal a little bit faster than most. And shingles, really, it's another disease that the mortality associated with that is like nil, right? You don't really die from shingles, and only when you have shingles near the eyes is going to be a serious effect permanently. Otherwise, it could be painful, but it's not going to kill you, right? I don't know how effective the shingles vaccine is. I will take a deep dive on that as well. But I would like to hear if someone had shingles and how bad it may have gotten, and if the healing was quick, because it's a self-resolving infection.
In
But it can,
general,
but it can be painful.
and there could be super infections that go along with the viral infection
Yeah.
that are bacterial or mold or yeast in addition. I've had that before, so that's something to keep in mind. And the and then there are molds that make make antibiotics, antifungal, antivirals also.
And by the way, it's called culebrilla in Spanish.
Oh,
Did not know that. Culebria. Either way. Sounds terrible. Shingles 3 times, third time after getting shingles vaccine.
Yeah, there's only things that may reduce, but I'm coming in contact and surviving these things is a good thing, but many people have not survived them throughout history, and that's one of the challenges and problems. We know that there are many of these bacteria, yeast, and viruses that are factors in our health and wellness.
mm-hmm.
And a rapidity of becoming fertilizers sooner.
That's
Main
right.
Runner says, I had long-term neuralgia.
Sorry.
I was reading.
Sorry. Yeah, okay, continue.
After having shingles, she means 5 years ago, stopped after I went carnivore. Actual rash was about 5 weeks. So that's the actual shingles. The post-herpetic neuralgia, it's no longer the infection, it's what the infection damaged. And it's another neuropathy. And it can cause numbness, tingling, pain, burning, all these kinds of skin sensations. But it stopped after you went carnivore. That's good.
Yeah, it's very good. Okay, here, we're gonna take a few questions now because we only got a few minutes left. Dr. Nelson and Kiltz, do you think high-fat carnivore can help me reduce and get off thyroid medication for mild hypothyroidism? I now take 150 micrograms. I guess micrograms? It was 175 a year ago.
Mary, do you have any thoughts?
Well, I was just reading recently about this, and I believe I'm only speaking from experience. I'm not a doctor, so just as a reminder. But I really believe the body can heal itself, and I do think that titrating off of thyroid medicine could be very helpful. There's several people in our course that talked about doing so, where they titrated off of their thyroid medicine, and the way they saw it was that the thyroid medicine could actually keep you sick by continuing to take it. But I wouldn't want to tell someone to titrate off of meds without a doctor's help and support, because that could be dangerous to do on your own. But
So,
I'm a risk taker. I would definitely look for a doctor to help me get titrated off of that.
Dr. Giltz.
I am a doctor,
Mhm.
but the truth is that we all have knowledge that we are sharing with our brothers and sisters. We only have to say these things because we have some legal responsibilities or liability responsibilities. And it's kind of funny. We do put a disclaimer on everything we do, even though we are doctors, and see your own doctor, right? But it's interesting because remember, when you take a hormone, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and or you take a cortisol, or you take a thyroid medication, they're going to suppress your hypothalamic pituitary mechanisms that stimulate the normal function of your thyroid, adrenals, ovaries, and testicles. And so if you just cold turkey stop these things, your brain is already been suppressed. And so you have to do this slowly over time to begin to allow your natural system to wake up again. And so cold turkey could be a crisis.
Definitely a crisis. Yeah.
Yep. So you have to be very careful. And a coach, a someone who has knowledge, experience in helping you, and or you're finding the knowledge somewhere that you're managing this on your own. But I would say slow as you go, and the crisis could be because you did it too fast. And finding someone that has knowledge and experience is always better.
I think it's very important because with the thyroid, anyone approaches me, okay, so I'll tell you, Papa's not my patient. I'm not his doctor, right? Love the guy, but I'm not his doctor. So if a patient came to my office and was asking to do this, the first thing I'm going to do is kind of do a review of the symptoms that may be related to hypothyroidism. If you don't have any of the symptoms, you feel good. All right, let's try it. Let's reduce it very slowly and with tests every time we reduce it. Test the thyroid, because after we interfere with the balance that those feedback mechanisms have, you have to allow the body to reset, just because of what Dr. Kills mentioned. So you make a change, and anyone here with thyroid problems knows that you don't get another test for usually 6 weeks. That's kind of the standard, 4 to 8 weeks, couple of months, but never before 4 months, because you haven't allowed your body to reset. And then you check again. If you're not having symptoms, you check a blood test, and then you could very slowly give it a try. The numbers will tell you if there's a point where you don't need the medication anymore, or you still need a little bit.
Go slow. But again, back to like Dr. Yosef, who does the psychiatric medication withdrawal. Ultimately, so many of these things that we've been prescribed or we asked for, because, ultimately, I always claim you're responsible for your body. And you go to a doctor, you take a prescription, you still must accept the full-on responsibility. Don't blame anyone else. And ultimately, our job is to learn through the Kiltz Health coaching courses and the coaches that go on to continue to teach that you take the responsibility and learn yourself. There was a comment here. Where'd it go? What's the best way to break a multi-day fast? Any thoughts, Mary?
Yes. Well, it's one of those things where you have to look at yourself as an individual and say what works best for you. However, I do find that a lot of people talk about bone broth being a great way to break it. And, sometimes I want to say sometimes eggs might be great for someone else. And yet, if eggs are more difficult for you personally, to digest, then you want to stay away from that. You want to find something that's easily digestible for you. On the lion diet, it would be, I'm sure it would be some beef broth and a little bit of beef, but you just don't. Generally speaking, you wouldn't want to break your fast with a huge meal. You want to just slowly get back into eating. Give your body and digestive system time to work through that.
But that fasting, I think, is so important for all of us. I typically do 1 meal a day, 2 to 3 days of fasting a month, and a 5 to 7 day quarterly. Monday, we're going to start a 5-day fast. If you want to do less or more, join us. I think it's amazing. It's mind altering. For sure. So I think that's
in
really
a good way, by the way.
I wonder if it's mind correcting. Is it mind correcting and not mind altering?
well, again, what is correction? I don't know that answer, but it's mind altering. And again, but I think you're right. Again, it's uplifting. When you can give something up that's hard to do, it helps strengthen your ability to do anything. 22 days of fasting for Dr. Nelson. The power of the mindset. This is why mind is the master. I don't care if you're a vegan, vegetarian, Mediterranean, pescatarian, or carnivarian.
And how did I break it, by the way?
Oh, what's that?
How did I break the fast? It was a 16-ounce bone-in ribeye.
And I've done that also.
No problems.
And I have both. I've had problems and no problems, but I typically recommend bone broth, and you could just egg drop in that is a great way to do it. But you got to find your way, and sometimes it works, sometimes it works differently. I added a day of fasting because I didn't want to be traveling when I broke my fast. I wanted to be near the porcelain throne.
Yes.
You mean you don't have a gold throne at home?
It's one also, but there's the porcelain
it's
one.
Ceramic.
There you go. Did you put it on your pottery?
I haven't made my what is that? Oh my God, my crock. Oh my shit. And
So
out a lot of shit.
We have like 2 minutes left, and we've got 10 questions. So we
Go ahead.
Speed
All
round.
right.
John K40 says Kilts Supreme, Carnivore Supremacy, Supremacy and Fasting King. Go ahead, Alia. Sorry about that.
No worries. Maureen, for the doctors, could oxalate dumping cause a gout flare?
Mary?
Yes, it could. Definitely. It certainly, that oxalate dumping just really shakes up the immune system, and it does all kinds of things like that. I've got this Superfoods Toxic book from Sally Norton, and it's really helpful in understanding how oxalates can do that. Okay, next question.
Dr. Nelson and Kilts agree.
Okay.
By the way, Sally is going to be with us next week, I believe, right, Alia?
On
Tuesday.
I think so, on a 2 p.m., a 3 p.m.
And we're gonna be inviting some of the experts to be part of the KMT.
That's right.
Keto Carnivore course.
That is correct. Where is Sally? 3 p.m.
The
next Tuesday.
KMT is Keto Meat Tribe.
I love that. The Keto Meat Tribe. All right, next question. What is your take from Robin? What is your take on the idea of people healing on vegan and vegetarian diets?
cook the plants well, more fasting, and add fat. Vegetarians are egg, cream, butter, and cheese.
Right.
Vegans harder, but I always say cook the plants, add coconut fat or avocado or olive fat.
I think what she's asking is it possible that people could heal? I think they could
Yes.
heal on those diets
Yes.
coming from a standard
Yes.
American diet.
Yes, no. So the idea that people are healing on vegan, vegetarian, it is possible. We should not negate it. Remember, herbal medicines come from plants, and so faith, fasting, and fat. Cook the plants well, add the fat. But again, it's to me, it's not the same, but I do believe it's possible. Mary, Dr. Nelson?
Mary?
Yes, I agree. I think it'd be a shame to discount all the different options of what people, and everyone comes from a different place. And that's how we learn and grow. And that's how we got to carnivore, is by saying, let's think beyond what the norm might think.
And carnivore lifestyle is a lifestyle of a lion. And so let's remember the mind is the master first, and you can do it in any dietary regimen. But certainly the problem with uncooked plants and low fat is fermentation in the gut, which makes alcohol. And that's one of our biggest problems, in my opinion.
And the added oxalates aren't helpful.
And the oxalates, lectins, phytates, heroin, cocaine, marijuana, nicotine, caffeine, and the other plant chemicals like insulin-like chemicals that are made in plants, thyroid-like chemicals made in plants, and estrogen, androgen, and progestin-like chemicals made in plants. Remember, the birth control pill and the abortion pill came from plants.
And then when coaching someone with vegetarian, you want to be considerate of that's where they're at right now, and give them time to move to where they're going to be. You know, you got to celebrate where they are first before you can.
Yeah, 100%. And again, we know that there are vegans that live healthy, long lives.
That's right.
And so we can't discount it completely, but I do believe that animal fat is better than plant oils.
Let's try to get a few more of these, but Dr. Kilt says another appointment in 29 minutes, so we gotta hurry up with this. Bruce is asking, I drink 12 ounces of whipping cream mixed with creatine and collagen peptides in the morning. Whipping cream is a bit heavy. Should I use raw milk instead?
Or raw cream.
Raw cream.
Raw butter or raw eggs.
Oh, yeah, raw eggs. There you go. Carrie, what about hypothyroidism? Can carnivore help? Do they need iodine? That's a lot to unpack. Hashimoto's, yes or no? But yes, carnivore can help.
Carrie, Mary?
Iodine is very helpful. Every cell in the body needs it. So I recommend iodine, of course.
So Kiltz's new regimen is cod liver oil, ubiquinol, vitamin K and D, the spirulina energy bits, and iodine every day.
You're doing spirulina? Is that a fungus? Is that a fungus?
It's an algae.
Or is it?
It's an algae.
Okay.
Algae. It's a photosynthesis. I mean, basically, without photosynthesizers, there's no life. Zero life.
That's right. The sun. We need the sun.
Alia, did I already send you the bonus module on vegan and vegetarian diets?
I have to ask my better half.
Okay.
And remember, we want to invite everyone into the community. And although, again, we've carnivore lifestyle, lion-like. And as you're more lion-like, you understand the power of leading your life like a lioness or a lion, whether you choose to eat plants or only animals or both. Next, go ahead.
Next question. My doctor told me to quit cold turkey levothyroxine because then the signal goes faster to the brain.
Oh.
Again, in some cases, you might have such a low level. It's like, because you're on way too much. But, I usually say half for a week, half for a week, half for a week, half for a week. Stop it. Something like that. But there's a question or comment. Sonia Rami having trouble signing up for the course.
Oh no!
This has been happening over and over. So
I know people need to email. Please email me. We'll fix it, but please email me.
Make it simple for everyone to join the course.
Yes,
everyone.
Yes.
Payment plans, and we want to invite everyone back to the course. If you've taken the course, you can simply audit it and be part of the community of rather than the up down, it's the down up. We're the foundation to elevate all our brothers and sisters to a level of becoming the doctor yourself.
Exactly. John Beatty Art says, when does the course go live? 10:15. 10:15 goes live. Calls Wednesday with Dr. Nelson, 3 to 5, and sometimes other guest speakers as well.
We are adding other guest speakers a part of this, and I'm hoping to get Jenny Middich. Let's see, Sally Norton, Dr. Boz,
we got a bunch
and
of people.
more. Just to name a few that we're working to get them as part of the Global Kilts Mighty Tribe and the course that Dr. Nelson and Alia have done a remarkable job of helping guide, direct, and put it together. So I'm grateful to them. And we're going to be compacting it at some point into purely online anytime and a 21-day. But I'm dreaming it.
If we do it online, when we do the digital,
just say yes. Just say yes. Just say yes.
It can take 21 days
just
to do
say
it.
Yes. Just say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Remember,
Dr.
as
Nelson.
you dream it, you do it, you've done it.
There you go.
Problem is, we begin to think too much about why. And remember, it's always just the way. It's his way.
Oh, we got to do the winner of the.
Well, let's do that. Am I on with Rena Alawaya? Is that who I'm on with?
Yeah. You're going to be on her podcast this morning.
So join Rena's podcast.
Yeah, it's not live. It's pre-recorded. Let's see. What is happening here?
What happened yesterday? No, Annie. What happened?
No, in the morning. We did it in the morning. Dr. Kiltz did Annie in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I did it. Then I went played golf with Glover, and Glover and I we played NATO golf, not attached to Alchem. We had so much fun. We did 9 holes, and then it poured, and we got there a little early. Had fun. Listen, go hang out, play pickleball or tennis or soccer or golf. But remember, it's all for purely connection with community.
Yeah.
What does Jerry get?
She gets the Babies for Babies book. I love the Babies for Babies book. Tons of good information and recipes. Congratulations, Jerry. Please email me.
And I'm working to make all of our books free digital around the globe. And buy a paper copy. It will invest into further development of the course and the community. And at Hack Your Health, we should do a KMT meetup.
Yeah,
and
we are. We're going to have like 20 people at our booth.
Meetup wherever we go. So we're working on that. And again, Mary, thank you for being a leader in the community. Dr. Nelson and Alia, gratitude to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Mary.
been my
Love you too.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
Mary.